Welcome to the Melbourne Museum Children's Gallery. At the beginning of the summer holidays, in December 2016, Museum Victoria opened its revived Children's Gallery in the Melbourne Museum. This new Children's Gallery has been hugely successful with its open spaces that mix education and play. From the moment you enter into the train tunnel with the strobing lights and an old train on one side and a digital light and sound display on the other, you know that you're in a space that mixes the old and new of museums. In the gallery, there are no do not touch signs. Children are encouraged to explore, poke, prod, dance and listen. It seems that every opportunity has been taken to make the space as interactive as possible. On the flip side, the space is noisy and crowded, and keeping track of your child near impossible as they traverse the climbing nets and escape down hidey holes. The museum has designed a space that is a digital and experiential wonderland that children love, but the question must be asked, is there any learning going on? Or even, is learning at the museum the aim anymore, or is it just for entertainment? At every twist and turn of the gallery, there is another screen or digital display blending in with the glass cabinets full of stuffed old foxes and snake eggs. But can a snake egg behind a glass compete with a 3-metre digital giraffe that plays hide and seek with the children? The reality of the museum is brash and wonderful, leaving the glass displays of the past a quaint afterthought. Graham Black, a senior lecturer in Melbourne in museum management in the UK and author of The Engaging Museum, begins his book saying, "It is a wonderful time to be working in museums. At long last, audiences are being given the priority they deserve." He explains that the role of the modern museum is to support lifelong learning, enhance access so that museum visitors reflect the makeup of a diverse society, meeting the needs and requirements of a local community, generating income in their own right, supporting economic and social regeneration, enhancing the quality and value for money of public service provision. Museums also now have to be more competitive than ever, as we can now view many museum exhibits on our computers or mobile devices. Plus, the scope of activities that we can pursue in our leisure time has increased dramatically even in the last decade. The market for children's activities has gone gangbusters. There are now, across Melbourne, indoor play centres in nearly every suburb. There are climbing gyms, trampoline gyms and inflatable worlds, not to mention the lucrative market of extracurricular activities such as cricket and tennis. Children have become big consumers in leisure and cultural activities, and the Melbourne Museum is now another place that is competing for your child's attention and your leisure dollars. Maria Roussou, in her article called Learning by Doing and Learning Through Play, explains that the current understanding of how learning takes place is that the learner has to actively construct knowledge through the experiences they have. These experiences are then given meaning and importance by the learner who acquires the knowledge. This approach to learning is called constructivist. The Melbourne Museum Gallery for Children is a treasure trove for learning by using this constructivist approach. For example, the Children's Gallery has a dinosaur excavation site in their playground where children can dig up dinosaur bones, a great hands-on activity that fires the children's imagination. Next to the Children's Gallery is the stalwart of any museum, the dinosaur exhibit. The Walk of the Dinosaurs at the Melbourne Museum is a digital marvel. Sure, you still have the towering skeletons of dinosaurs, an expected museum site, but these now come to life with touchscreen computer displays that even a preschooler can navigate. You can watch the dinosaurs fight or eat, or see the landscape they lived in. With the excavation activity compounding the touchscreen digital displays, children have multiple opportunities to explore the world of dinosaurs, a far more effective way to construct meaning than just by looking at skeletons alone. Christian Heath and Dirk van Lehm, however, have written about how sometimes the way that museum displays are designed to function, especially how they are designed to function within a learning focus, is not always how the visitors actually experience the displays. The ideal from the museum's perspective would be that children use the hands-on dinosaur bones excavation activity to bring them to the main gallery space for dinosaurs. But the reality is that most museum visits don't go as planned by the designers of the exhibit. It's hardly surprising that interactors meet with varying success when deployed in museums. Their actual use rarely appears to reflect the ideas and assumptions that informed their original purpose and design. Heath and von Lehm also make the point that designing interactive displays works best if consideration is made that people, and especially children, do not use a display on their own. They use it in collaboration with parents, siblings or peers. So a digital display or other interactive activity must be able to engage more than one person at a time to allow for shared learning. Social interaction must be considered when designing digital displays so that it can allow for discussion and collaboration. Plus, it helps for the flow of traffic in a museum if a display can be viewed or experienced with more than one person at a time. Mixing education and play at a museum is well suited to digital constructions, as we can use the technology of now to create the past and to create diverse environments of our planet today. A museum that does not adopt the power of digital storytelling in its exhibits risks becoming as dusty as the thylacine in a glass case, which you may think is a shame, but really it's just the way of the world we live in today. Thanks for listening.